back to Tabletop Tactics. Today we go over the first of the Grotmas detachments, and first of all we have the Deathguard. This is the fly-blown host detachment, and their brand new rule is called Venomous Haze. And this is very much focused around Deathguard infantry specifically. Any Deathguard infantry not embarked in a vehicle get the Scout's 5 ability, and they also get Stealth. This is huge because Deathguard generally are quite a slow-moving army, so right at the beginning of the game, you can start applying pressure straight away. So all your infantry can move 5. This goes for Plague Marines, Terminators, Poxwalkers, characters, you name it, they can all move forwards, and then they all get Stealth. So they're going to be harder to hit early doors in the game and just keep pushing forward and applying the pressure. This is very exciting because this is a new way to play Deathguard, which we haven't necessarily seen before. Enhancement-wise, we have the droning chorus first of all. This allows one of your characters to have their ranged weapons equipped, have the assault ability, which is quite nice for things like the Lord of Virulence with the Plague Spewer and things like that. Next, we have Insectile Murmuration. This is for a Deathguard infantry model. Once again, each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack that targets a unit within contagion range of one or more Deathguard units, you can reroll a wound roll of 1. Plague Veil is a little more pricey than the rest. Again, this is for one of your infantry characters, but it does allow them, when they're in range of one of your controlled objective markers, they and their unit can only be targeted by range attacks if they're within 18 inches, further building into the stealth mechanic. Nice and fluffy, bit pricey, but not bad otherwise. Well, my favorite one so far is the Rejuvenating Swarm. This means at the end of any phase, one of your characters can rejuvenate all of its wounds, so it must be killed or it's still there in the action. As for the stratagems, again, they build into the vibe of the detachment, which is very cool. They're all around applying the pressure and moving up the board, swarming all of the objectives and engulfing your opponents. In terms of my favorites, one of the standouts is Eye of the Storm. This allows you for 1 CP to change all of your ranged weapons into pistols, except blast, when you're in engagement range, which is very cool indeed. Innovating Onslaught is like a mini tank shock, which your infantry units can do as well, so you can finally get into engagement range and do mortal wounds before combat starts. Let's have a look at Nauseating Paroxysms. This is 1 CP done at the start of the fight phase. This goes for your Deathguard infantry units that are in engagement range with one of the enemy units. They must immediately take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. Might not sound like much, but if your opponent's relying on a stratagem to get them to do the business, this could cause them all sorts of problems. Vermin Cloud, this one is 1 CP, again done in the fight phase. At the end of the fight phase, each time a model makes a pilot or consolidation move, they can go 6 instead of 3, further building into their ability to move up the battlefield and start swarming. Droning Horror is 1 CP. This is done in the shooting phase, again for your infantry units, as long as they haven't been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in the unit makes a ranged attack, you can reroll a hit roll of 1. But if you're in half range, you can then reroll your hits entirely. And interestingly, we also have Mephitic Invigoration. This means that your Mephitic Blight Haulers, if they have a 6-inch aura with your infantry units, and anytime they're targeted with any weapons that are at a higher strength than their toughness, you reduce the wounds by 1, which is cool because this is mainly built around all of the infantry units, but you can also scatter in lots of the Mephitic Blight Haulers, which are very strong in Deathguard as well. Just add another layer of protection and keep pushing forwards. So there you have it. This is the first of the Grotmas Advents. Very keen on this new detachment. It's a very different playstyle. I'm imagining tons of Plague Marine units, Terminators, Death Shroud, Poxwalkers, making their way up the board, helped out by the Mephitic Blight Haulers and a few extra bits of artillery along the way as well. This is very, very cool indeed. Deathguard players, be jubilant, there is a new way to play with our beloved smelly army. That's it! Join us again very soon for another look at the next detachment as we make our way through the Grotmas Advent Calendar, and check it out all here on YouTube on Tabletop Tactics. It's Black Friday weekend, and for the first time ever, we've got some exciting offers running from Friday the 29th of November until Monday, December the 2nd. Throughout the entire weekend, you can get selected merchandise at a mighty discount, including our entire range of dice sets, our metal objective markers, movement gauges, and even our Tabletop Tactics babies at a 25% discount. We are also very excited to announce that during this time, our monthly and yearly on-demand memberships are available at an introductory price for our new customers. So don't miss out on your chance to join the community and access our entire library of content, including all of our battle reports, our weekly podcasts, access to our latest narrative campaign, the Blackstone Crusades, Dungeons & Dragons, all of our painting tutorials, and a whole heap more for our lowest ever cost to our new customers. So head to the store on our website or in the app to access the discounts for this limited time.